That means it was someone among the guests, sir. But is that possible? It is totally and in the highest degree impossible, but it must certainly be so. I agree, however, to allow, and am even convinced, that if there was a theft, it was carried out not in the evening, when we were all together, but at night or even towards morning, by someone who stayed overnight. Ah, my God! Burdovsky and Nikolai Ardalionovich I naturally exclude, they never entered my quarters, sir. Hardly, and even if they had. Who spent the night with you? Counting me, there were 4 who spent the night, in 2 adjacent rooms, me, the General, Keller, and Mr. Ferdishenko. Which means it's one of us 4, sir. 3, that is, but who? I included myself for the sake of fairness and order, but you must agree, Prince, that I couldn't rob myself, though such things have happened in the world. Ah, Lebedev, this is so tedious. The prince cried impatiently. To business, why drag it out? So 3 remain, sir, and first of all Mr. Keller, an unstable man, a drunk man, and on certain occasions a liberal, that is, with regard to the pocket, sir, in everything else his inclinations are, so to speak, more old chivalric than liberal. He slept here at first, in the sick boy's room, and it was only at night that he moved over to us, on the pretext that it was hard to sleep on the bare floor. Do you suspect him? I did, sir. When I jumped up like a half-wit past 7 in the morning and slapped myself on the forehead, I at once woke up the general, who was sleeping the sleep of the innocent. After considering the strange disappearance of Ferdishenko, which in itself aroused our suspicion, we both decided at once to search Keller, who was lying there almost like a doornail, sir. We searched him thoroughly, not a centime in his pockets, and not even a single pocket without holes in it. A blue, checked cotton handkerchief, sir, in indecent condition. Then a love note from some serving girl, with demands for money and threats, and the scraps of the feuilleton already familiar to you, sir. The general decided he was innocent. To obtain full information, we woke him up, We had a hard time jostling him, he was barely able to understand what it was all about, a gaping mouth, a drunken look, an absurd and innocent, even stupid, expression. It wasn't he, sir. Well, I'm so glad. The prince sighed joyfully. I was so afraid for him. Afraid? Does that mean you have reasons to be? Lebedev narrowed his eyes. Oh, no, I just said it. The prince checked himself. It was stupid of me to say I was afraid. Kindly don't tell anyone, Lebedev. Prince, Prince. Your words are in my heart, deep in my heart. A grave, sir, Lebedev said rapturously, pressing his hat to his heart. All right, all right. So it's Ferdishchenko? That is, I mean to say, you suspect Ferdishchenko? Who else? Lebedev said quietly, looking intently at the prince. Well, yes, naturally, who else? That is, once again, what evidence is there? There is evidence, sir. First of all, his disappearance at 7 o'clock or even before 7 o'clock in the morning. I know, Kolya told me he came and said he was going to spend the rest of the night at I forget whose place, some friends. Vilken, sir. So Nikolai Ardalionovich told you already? He didn't say anything about the theft. He doesn't know, for I have so far kept the matter a secret. And so, he goes to Vilken. You might think, what's so puzzling about a drunk man going to see another drunk man just like himself, even though it's the wee hours of the morning and without any reason at all, sir? But it's here that the trail begins. On his way out, he leaves the address. Now follow the question, Prince, why did he leave the address? Why does he purposely go to Nikolai Ardalionovich, making a detour, sir, and tell him, I'm going to spend the rest of the night at Vilken's? And who is interested in his leaving and going precisely to Vilken's? Why announce it? No, there's a subtlety here, a thievish subtlety. It means, look here, I'm not concealing my tracks, what kind of thief am I after that? Would a thief announce where he's going? An excessive concern about diverting suspicion and, so to speak, wiping away his tracks in the sand. Do you understand me, my much esteemed prince? I understand very well, but is that enough? A second piece of evidence, sir, the trail turned out to be false, and the address he gave was inexact. An hour later, that is, at 8 o'clock, I was already knocking on Vilken's door. He lives here, on 5th Street, sir, I'm even acquainted with him. There wasn't any Ferdishchenko there? Though I did get out of the maid, she's completely deaf, sir, that an hour earlier someone had actually knocked, and even rather hard, so that he broke the bell. But the maid didn't open the door, not wishing to waken Mr. Vilken, and maybe not wanting to get out of bed herself. It happens, sir. And that is all your evidence?